So continuing with our discussions on cloud, we have some very interesting presentations lined up for the day. I would like to start with a presentation on enhancing the performance of companies in oil and gas by Mr. Ranjan Ghosh. Mr. Ghosh is the founder of DToSS Consulting, a management consulting company in the energy space. His past clients include the energy division of Booz & Company. He has more than 35 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, with almost 2 decades in senior leadership roles in GAIL India Limited. Mr. Ghosh is well recognized in the industry for his accomplishments in project management, corporate strategy, and business development. Without taking any more time, over to you, Mr. Ghosh.
Good afternoon. My introduction is already there. I'm not an IT or really a technology man, so I don't know what the interactions will be. I'll try to make it more interactive. I don't have much of PowerPoint slides, which makes things very structured and boring to my mind. If it's interactive, I will learn a lot from you people about what's going on in the IT space, especially on the cloud computing. I'm a hardcore oil and gas energy man. I retired 2 years back, 1.5 years back from GAIL. I was executive director, corporate planning, strategy, business development, and sustainability here in these 4 departments I have to look after. In fact, so what I thought that the topic which I will be a little comfortable is that in the oil and gas industry segment, what will be the role of IT? I didn't do it for cloud. I don't understand cloud much, but little bit I have knowledge. But IT per se has big role to play in the industries, especially the performances of the industry. This performance management is not the standard performance management KPI, KPAs. This I'm talking about organizational performance management. Means starting from the business angles, then finances, marketing, HR. All aspects require some intervention of technology to really get to the smarter organization. But to start with, I was told that give a little bit of overview of oil and gas industry, the segment. But it's too big to really cover in even to give some bullet points in half an hour time, or it should take 10-15 minutes initially. So I have got into a structure, what are some current scenario oil and gas industry overview, current scenario, opportunities and challenges. I would like to speak like that. These are some statistics which tells that there are huge supply-demand gap, huge potential of energy industry, especially oil and gas especially, and for growth of the gas industry because of our GDP targets. And so I'm not getting into that. These are all statistics. You may not be interested, or you may be interested. It's there. You can always get these slides from them. And now, in the gas industry, natural gas is the fuel of the future. That's known to many people because of the fact that it's much more environment friendly than oil and coal and other areas. It's a unique fuel which is, we can call it a bridging fuel for the future. If we call future energy source is hydrogen, then from now to the future, a perfect bridging fuel is natural gas. Now in the sense that a large portion of our energy consumption is going to be gradually increasing to, will be increasing on the natural gas. And currently the focus on gas and renewables for the energy solutions are both are there. Renewables are getting government push and natural gas also. And the unique thing is that natural gas gets a very unique space in renewable space also, because it works beautifully as a, if you combine natural gas and renewable energy like wind or solar as a hybrid system. All of you know that wind and solar are it's not a 24 hours, 365 days generation system. It has days and night for solar, and the wind has its lower and higher wind velocities, and so the variabilities are there. And those variabilities can be filled up by natural gas in a very unique way, using technology of hybriding these two. And so that's one important part of bridging the gap between renewable and natural gas. And the second is that when we'll gradually move towards an hydrogen economy, natural gas also will be very useful for getting into the hydrogen economy, because mainly the infrastructures which will be required, like pipelines and other infrastructures, will also have a similar property requirement in the space of hydrogen driven economy. So natural gas, with its environment friendliness and these two properties, gets huge importance towards the development of the energy economy and the economy of the country per se overall. Now, these are some numbers. I am not getting into those details. These are the figures which 12th plan document gives every energy, sector-wise, industry sector-wise, what are the demand projections in 5-year plan, basically, up to 2017. And similarly, there are. Now another thing is that for certain things are not available in this slide, so I will just go on telling you without the slides, is that in the natural gas value chain, there will be source, there are transportation systems, and the customers, consumption areas. Now sources, as of today, the availability of natural gas in the country is in a not very good situation, especially when Reliance's KGD4 and KGD6 reservoir is showing very negative results, as all of you are seeing in newspapers and various news items. Only LNG will be the savior and will fill up the gap for demand and supply situation. Now, for sourcing LNG to the market, for the market, has a very important dimension, which is pricing. Demand figures are in a country like India, where we are price sensitive. This is a price sensitive market. Demands are highly related to the prices of supplies. Now, for various price scenarios, we'll have the demand figures going up and down. If the prices are lower, demands will be higher in natural gas, and things like that. Now, till now, the demand scenarios have shown that the major industry which needs to have lots of natural gas is power. Now, as per the conceived notion at the moment and related to the cost of power also, the power cost, the gas supply prices at the delivered up to the shore for LNG, if it's $10 to $12, then marginally some power plants can survive on that. But the base load power plants, which are mostly on coal-based powers, it's very difficult for them to really run on natural gas, that is LNG, which is of at least $12 delivered at the shore. Now, looking at the situation of non-availability of gas and volatility of its prices, Government of India decided to tilt its energy policy towards coal-based power plants. So, lots of mega, ultra mega power plants based on coal are coming up at different places. Still, if the gas is made available, there are no dearth of gas is available at right prices, no dearth of markets in the country. Now, this is one slide will be interesting. This is the demands are there. You can have a look at that. These are some projections. It starts from current one to it's getting down to different kinds of industries. For different kinds of industries, the affordability of the gas price and corresponding lower demand figures are shown here. So this shows that if prices are into, this is impossible almost, $6 to $7 per MMBTU, only indigenous gases will be available probably, and others will be 10 to 11 is marginal, and then 10 to 13, 13, 15. All these price figures gives corresponding demand figures. Now, till now, this was a problem that the major consumption region, consumption centers, that is the consumption industries are power plants, and they cannot afford it at the base load. But they can afford it for a peaking demand type of power generation, which is yet to come, because government is, in spite of a lot of advantages of that, in spite of that, government is still working on how to come up with a peaking power policies, where the power prices are required to be readjusted according to the peaking demands. Now, that's because currently what happens, the state agency boards resort to load shedding straight, because they can't afford to give the prices which is required for giving, supplying to the peaking power. So there are some policy changes required in the government, and that people are working on that, and it takes probably a couple of more years of time to really come up those. In the meantime, the systems are already in position in many state governments like Karnataka and in West Bengal and some other places. The time of the day tariff, the meters can really calculate how much consumption at what time of the day, and accordingly the tariffs will be different. And so the technology side, these are all ready in many places. But it's not happening because it requires policy support to really make this in practice. It's not legal now to get into that kind of power prices, power cost. But it will happen soon, probably. In the meantime, there's some revolution took place. All of you, many of you may be knowing that in the sourcing side, there was in North America, shale gas was developed, discovered in the sense that this technology and this process was there for a long time. Only thing this got matured and it became real in the United States very recently, 2 years back, and it really changed the dimension of the pricing of global LNG space. And in fact, now a $10 delivered price of natural gas appears to be a reality in near future if US government allows exports. There are some complications around that also. US government has not allowed export of natural gas to non-FTA countries. It has allowed to some other the countries which are FTA countries, but only problem is FTA countries have hardly any demand requirement. Non-FTA countries has much more demands, especially India and China. So US is looking into it, and one by one, not as a country but as a specific export terminal, they are giving clearances. So one such clearance has happened. It's called Shenair, and GAIL has taken position in that from India only to get LNG from low cost LNG from United States to India, and the capacity of this terminal has been booked by GAIL. That's one of the opportunity available, and similar opportunity is not coming, not seen. But people are working on that, and gradually US government will allow export because of the fact for their economic requirement. The Henry Hub is a gas hub which controls the gas price in United States, and it affects the global dimensions of gas pricing also. So Henry Hub price at the moment has come down from a higher price to lower price, and it's only $3 per MMBTU, which adding other transportation cost, liquefaction cost of the gas to LNG, and then shipping and all this have added together also, it will not cross $10 delivered in Indian shore. So that's a very good sign of that. And this phenomenon is putting also pressures on other countries of the world, oil and gas exporting countries of the world. For example, like Europe is moving into a hub-based price from the oil-linked price, which was very high. JCC and oil-linked price was very, very high. So they are moving into that. So sum and substances of all is that LNG is the only fuel which will really shape the Indian energy space other than coal in a big way, and the growth will be there. There is no doubt about it. So how to source LNG is the issue. Market can be developed. Sourcing is the issue, and things are looking up in that space. So that will, and this is the source. So the entire downstream industries accordingly will be shaped by that. So I'm not getting into details of downstreams, pipelines and gas terminals here. In India there are, I think, I showed some gas terminals. These are the LNG terminals in India, which are, some are operating, some are under construction, some are in the planning and like that. And they will be likely to come in these time space. And as liquefied natural gas comes through the ship and get regasified here, and then it gets transmitted through pipeline to different markets. So it will require pipelines to have be there, and that will not be a concern because the gestation period of pipelines are very small compared to these terminals and liquefaction terminals like that. So as and when the sourcing set will take place and the market side will get ready. For example, if a power plant takes a contract with us, with GAIL for supply of LNG, even the power plant requires some time to bring the power plant in. So gestation periods, and so pipelines will not be an issue. Only thing is that sourcings gradually will take place. Now gradually is taking place. For example, BPCL is taken position in Mozambique, so they will get cheaper gas. GAIL has contracted Gazprom for a long-term contract, medium-term contract, and that's also marginally affordable. And even if Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan pipeline becomes a reality, $12.5, $13 delivered price will be, gas will be available. So all these developments will, if takes place, and then in the world that there is no dearth of gas. Only is that the pricing is the issue, and getting to the right time and taking the right strategy is the issue. So LNG bringing in will develop the Indian gas market, especially city gas distribution is one area where government of India is very keen, and there are 212 cities that have been planned to bring in the map of city gas distribution. Currently there are hardly 42 cities have been there which has city gas distribution in different parts of the country. That too, they are not running in full capacity because gas is not available at the right price. Now, all the developments of shale gas happening and other pressures coming on the other gas sources, city gas is a very, very potential business where there are lots of opportunities. It will open up opportunities for all associated industries. And city gas is becoming more and more, CNG and CNG will become more and more, economically viable as the prices of diesel are going up. So naturally, the economic viability of threshold price of city CNG and other city gases will make it more viable. So it's really people are really now gearing up to get into city gas distribution areas, CNG, piped natural gas to the homes, industrial commercial places like that. Now, as we come to city gas, I'll connect, because I've talked a lot about oil and gas, and which is probably boring you people. If you are, I don't know, but here I would like to get a link to the development of IT industries and clouds and all these. City gas distribution, for example, GAIL. GAIL has a subsidiary called GAIL Gas. Similarly, other subsidiaries all across the country. There are, I think, around 20 entities all across the country where GAIL has subsidiaries and joint ventures with other oil and gas companies. And there, it's a very, these processes of these CNG stations and PNGs and all these, the city gas businesses can be really standardized and then put across all across the country, and then can be controlled from central locations or one location that will be cloud. Now, there are from city gas business has starting from the the meter reader going there and taking the meter reading to consumption end, and to the check going to the from the bank to Gales or any city gas entities bank. So entire process, part of it can be major part of them can be automated, not only automated, centrally automated, and then cloud will be a very ideal situation to use for city gas space in oil and gas industry. Others are okay, others also are there, but all these companies have their own ERP system, and they are already automated and all this, and the process goes on through SAP. But city gas is one area where we can really use that in a big way, the cloud computing as per se. Now, one area which I was really bullish about when I was in Dale and still now today is that one of the technological breakthroughs happened in the IT space, applications oriented. Today, analytics plays a very big role in every sphere of the industry, and we call all of the IT people are associated, know about the terminology of big data utilizing into the industry. Now, in oil and gas also, in fact, before we were discussing this in a big way in Gale also at some point of time when I was there, and is the decision making and the performance of the company will be very closely related with the appropriate decision making at right point of time. Now, decision making is a process where decisions don't take place because people are risk averse, people are scared about C's, like CVO, CGA, and all those C's, so they don't take decisions in proper time. Now, if we have some informed decision making system for the future, like for example, decision making is for the future of operation and future of anything. It's maybe strategic, tactical, or operational issues. Today when we take a decision, the decision will be affected in the future from today. So all these future focused decision making can be supported by deep analytics to get real insight from the use of analytics in a big way. Only thing is that the use of analytics are not becoming that popular in a big way because of the fact that it's not made simpler. The application programs are their implementations are not becoming simpler the way it should be for use with smaller SMEs or smaller industries. Like then what will happen? It will grow. Now probably a few companies in the world, in India also a very few are using the companies like IBM, so Cognos or SAS or MicroStrategy and all those are used, but they are not abused because they are very costly. And so my expectations from the IT industry is that we must come out with strong, very simple, low cost analytic packages which I can use in a small startup, spending very little. It's simpler. It may not be very complicated. Simpler, so that I can use it up to a certain level
to really bring values to up to the industry applications. So that is my expectations from IT industry. Thank you.